Hello everyone, welcome to Marianne's Mystic Mansions. I'm Marianne. Welcome to your mid-October month readings. And let's see, so those that are new, I especially welcome you. I love new and returning viewers always. Wouldn't do it without you. And I just want to say that I am trying to play catch up a little bit because I have videos that, lo and behold, just kind of vanished. They were done. I was trying to keep up and be a little bit ahead. But, you know, we are in retrograde season still as I'm recording this, and will be as you watch them, and I hope you'll be watching these, because retrograde, Libra Mercury retrograde season that we're in right now will end on the 18th, and then there's a little shadow period, but this is being recorded before that. I hope to have them all up by like the 15th or 16th. And yeah, you'll have a couple days. So things happen. I am familiar with this. Am I surprised that I lost something? Absolutely not. Could it be worse? Absolutely. And I think I've gone pretty unscathed. The speaking is still an issue, of course. But no, seriously. So in my normal format, honestly, let me take a sip here and see if I can help. I think it's the progressions of readings as well, but I will be reading for a featured sign every day, and then I will pick the highlighted that Spirit wants me to share with you. It's a person, an energy, a circumstance that has the characteristics around that may make sense. You may resonate, you may not. Could be happening in the future still. And then I read the 4 major categories for this featured sign, and then 2 oracle messages to complete the reading. And, you know, adding in a little bit of the astrology that's going on. Tarot and astrology I find are very compatible and intertwined with each other. And we're still in the Libra season as I'm recording these. We will be through the 22nd of October. Mercury is in Libra, as I said, the Mercury retrograde, and it will be extended and stay in Libra through, I think, the 3rd of November. So it's a longer stay in the sign of Libra. Which is good because Libra is an air element, so they're the mind, you know, and Mercury rules the mind, our thoughts, movement, quick, you know, rapid kind of movement. The quickest planet out there is Mercury, so that's a big part. So when it goes into retrograde, it's a slow down, communication-wise, you know, plans, things break down a little bit. You got to get them fixed, but you don't want to do it during that time. It's a time to stop and really think and review and renew and kind of reinvent, or just really take heed and kind of think about things more. Introspection is the word that I'm trying to spill out at this point, but you know what I'm saying. So anyway, I also pick a highlighted, or have Spirit work with me on that, and we're on the beautiful fiery sign, sun-ruled sign of Leo today as my featured sign. So beautiful Leos. Listen, it's been a very interesting year for all of us, but I feel like you have been through it, and I feel like you've come out the other side already. I think you've already done a lot of really wonderful things. I feel like that happened really since we had the beginning of the astrology year, which was, you know, when we have the birthday of the Aries season, the first sign of the zodiac, being your fellow fire sign. And right now we've got Venus, the planet that rules Libra, the season we're in, with Mercury. We've got Mars in Libra right now through the end of the month, I believe. And, you know, Mars is the fire energy, the fire planet, the warrior, you know, the ruler of Aries once again. All these things were kind of starting to kind of really pick you up after a really, I would say, tough time for the beautiful fiery elements in this past year. Some more than others. And, you know, you are just this magnificent ball of energy and pride and ego and talent and passion all balled up into one. But people just, you're magnetic. People love that. And I love that. And I've always been attracted to the fire signs as an air sign myself. And so I feel like you really have been well on your way, and maybe had a little bit of a stall, like I said, or setback due to the retrogrades, because it's not just Mercury retrograde. We've had a lot of the planets retrograde, and now one by one in the month of October, they're all stationing direct. So that's always a little chaotic at first. but it's about power. It's about bringing back the normalcy of our energies and our ideas and our, you know, inspirations to create them and bring them forth, you know, hit the ground running. And that's what's happening. It'll be a beautiful energy for you, Leo. I'm going to pick your highlighted connection that Spirit wants me to pick for you. I always do it right in front of you. I never know what it is. And then I read the 4 major categories and the oracle messages, like I said. Taking a deep breath. What is it that Spirit would like you to know specifically for the second half of October? And with whom? I'll be darned. That wasn't the last one, so I'm going to go for it because it is your polar opposite, and we are talking your highlighted connection of Aquarius. I love this. It is a wonderful, wonderful sign. All polarities in signs really are there to grow and to learn and to recognize the differences, and all the while complement each other. And just really, I mean, they can be such long-lasting relationships. I've studied the compatibility of signs for over 40 years. This is such a beautiful one. Air and fire, extremely good elements for each other. You know, they just fuel it, just like the bellows. I always used to use that last year. You're fueling the fire, the energy and the creativity of this, you know, Aquarian, the social, the new ideas, the inspiration. You are a fixed sign, Leo. And so is Aquarius. So when you get your mind together and it's on the right track with each other, it can just be so magnanimous. Magnanimous? Why would I try to say that word during a Mercury retro? I have no idea, but it came to mind. And I'm trying to say that there's incredible creativity and fun and physicality. And when we're in the season of Libra, it's about relationships personified, and it's about finding the balance in that relationship. So if something is felt off-kiltered, and let's face it, a lot of times I've known Leos that want to be center stage and want to be the leaders and want to be the people telling what people to do, not having to be told what to do. Nevertheless, I've known many Leos, and I know that they have the softest, most beautiful hearts, regardless of how big their roar is. So I feel like you worked that out too on many occasions. And that's what it's about. It's about finding that balance, about working the situations, the conversations to the mind and the heart, as you have that incredible, passionate heart. So I like this. I'm going to read your 4 major categories, see where it goes. Trying to shorten these readings because there's a lot to do and so little time, and I do fit this in with my other job as a therapist, massage therapist, and I just feel really good. So I'm excited. Now there's the 4 major categories. The first one being the overall energy bringing you to this reading. And let's just see what it has to say. I am using for the second half of the month my beautiful OK Tarot deck, a very simple deck. It is my only pink deck in honor of Cancer Awareness Month. I am a cancer survivor. There are many of us either still struggling through it, fighting the fight, or having been survivors, and or, you know, having to say goodbye. And I had a sister who it'll be 2 years on Thursday who did not make the fight, but she's in our hearts and souls forever. It's just, it's time that we really, truly, truly, with this incredible energy, I started to say it again, of Aquarius, with Jupiter in Aquarius, the unexpected, the inspirational, the out-of-the-box, creative, you know, let's start something, let's initiate something new. Surprises ruled by Uranus, just who knows what can come through. That represents medicine and technology when it's Uranus, and that's what we want, that's what we need, and the gathering of all hearts and souls and minds on a global scale, which is what Aquarius likes to do, to create and conquer this. Let this be the generation, right? I mean, I'm so grateful to be here and be able to share my spirituality and my passions with you. And yet, you know, this is something that has to be continually brought up and mentioned, and until I do it. That's my political spiel, I suppose, but I don't mean it to be. It's a necessary mention for me. So your overall energy, as I said, for the second half of the month, with this beautiful OK Tarot deck, which is so simple, but very, very powerful, is the Chariot. Woo! Well, that pretty much says everything we were saying. This is about mastering not only what you do, Leo, and how you do it and how you present yourself. It's It's mastery of self, the ability to have that control over yourself, which, you know, let's face it, a lot of fire signs kind of impulsive and just kind of lose it sometimes, you know, that energy. It's not always a calming energy, and it's not always completely under control. But this says otherwise. This says that that's something you want to master. For some reason, it means a lot. This represents the sign of Cancer. Cancer is a water sign. And I mean, that's all about the emotion. That's about having your emotions under control, not losing your beep, you know, and knowing that you're in charge, you know, through the good or the bad. Usually there's a white and a dark horse or sphinx or whatever that's, you know, in front of this vehicle. This is an old-fashioned little chariot, but it is showing that there's good and bad and ups and downs, and there's, you know, paths that'll be easy to travel and some that won't. And it tells me you also want to travel right off the bat. Like, you need to get away more. I think you've not been away for a long time, and I think that it's something that's really beckoning to you, you know, and I think you need to really take advantage of that. And hey, we can travel more now, so you might want a new vehicle also. I mean, it could enter into that. Or you're just changing locations or jobs or something that may require that you travel a little more than usual. But you know, it could be metaphoric. It doesn't have to be figuratively. And you want to be careful during the remainder of the retrograde, because it can indicate might be problems mechanically or something. If that's the case, look into it right away so it doesn't get worse, okay? And you don't have to invest that much more money. And if you could, I'd hold off to the end, after the 18th. The end would be closer to the 3rd of November for the shadow end period. But definitely some real powerful, you know, very strong, go figure for a Leo, vindictive kind of, this is what I'm doing, this is what I want to be, and being very, very clear about it and concise about it, and then just keeping it moving, okay? So there's a lot coming through with that, but they all really feel really strong, and perhaps you've already experienced this, or you've been doing this, and it's just a continuum of that, or you're moving yet again. Maybe a job, another second job or so, wouldn't put it past you to have more than one, you know, inspiration or creativity happening for your sake and the sake of others. But yeah, that's gorgeous. I have not gotten that yet in the readings, and I like it a lot. But remember, it is about, more importantly, your vehicle, who you are, mastering that. First and foremost, knowing thyself and knowing thy heart, okay? Because you rule with your heart. So that's overall, and that's beautiful. And yes, you do have the Aquarian highlighted connection, but that does indicate water, so it could be very clear that you have some water elements around you, like I said, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. So, and we're entering into Scorpio season, so that would make sense too. Venus is in the sign of Sagittarius, which is your fellow fire sign. That goes really well when it's in the same element. So you might be feeling the bit batter of your heart going even stronger than before. And I hope that's the case. Even if you've been in a relationship for a long time, you can still have times when it goes and levels up to a different degree, or a different, something new happens, you know, who knows why. It's so fun and so beautiful, and I know you need that. Leos want that and need that. They need that affection, they need that attention, and they need to give that. And you give a lot. You are very, very generous and gregarious when it comes to that. Never had so much fun at some of the Leo parties I've been to. No holds barred is where that expression came from. So, second category is possible blessings or obstacles. It's kind of a narrative. Let's see what it goes on from your movement, your impetus to want to, you know, really just feeling good and confident, you know. And it could surround family with the Cancerian kind of energy as well. My goodness, the Ace of Swords. Wow, there's the Aquarius for you. You are very much in the energy of Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini, because we're in Libra season. It's the balance, it's relationships, it's give and take, it's compromise, it's listening and speaking, and you know, really really devoting the time and energy to do both. To be very clear about what you're saying and not to mince words. And not to have to necessarily be right, but standing strong about what you feel. And as a fixed sign, of course you will, and so would Aquarius, but it's okay. Everyone needs to be heard. Everyone needs their day to be on that soapbox, if you will. But it's important information. And it's the beginning. It's a new kind of a inspiration, change, opportunity once again. I mean, things are moving. They're quick. I knew this. I felt that when I started the reading. It's already been in the happening, but it's been delayed a bit, as I said, but it's absolutely moving forward with more power and more confidence, if you can be more confident. I'm sure we all can, than before. More artistry, more thought process has gone into it, and gosh knows we've had a lot of time to think in the last year, and I think it's really been just a accumulation of all these things put together. So I would consider that an absolute blessing, that this beginning, this new ace, this new idea, this new epiphany, this new conversation, who knows where you heard it, maybe in a song, maybe in a dream, maybe watching some show, and it just hits you and you think, wow, I had not thought of that. I'm so excited. I want to express this and make something of it, and it's motivating. It's very motivating for you. So the third category is that of finances. And, it's money, it's energy, it's wealth, what we consider wealth. It is our health, it's our well-being, it's holistic, it's everything, mind, body, spirit. But once again, an energy. So let's see what your messages are coming through for you for the second half as things open up and the powerful energies move forward. Well, you have the Four of Cups. So, okay, you are in emotional state, of course. Here we go. We've got the water as a major arcana. You've got the mind, and you've got the heart involved, which is good because that's a good balance, and that's what Libra season is about. You don't want to be overly thinking. You don't want to be overly emotional, but the four represents that generally in a Rider-Waite-Smith depiction, because these are far more simple and okay. The meaning is still as important. There are 3 cups around you, and that's fine, and you recognize your blessings, and you're feeling emotional, and you're feeling, content in a lot of ways. You recognize your abilities and so forth. You are proud, and you want to share that with others. But there's a cup usually coming from the sky, as if to say Spirit has another possibility for you. Something that's being talked about, something that your inspirations are really on a high voltage about. Makes sense? And very determined at the same time, but you're not sure what that is. And the main thing about this is that you don't want to miss it. You don't want to be looking the other way or thinking too much or talking too much or, just not present. So that when you're listening to that gut or that emotion or the mastering of your body and mind, as I said from the Chariot, that you are available for this opportunity, this ability to feel a little more, to love a little more, to give a little more, and to be appreciative maybe, and say, whoa, I'm a really blessed person. We all are, and I'm sure you're appreciative, and I don't mean to ever say that, but that's what this represents. It's like you feel like there's just something missing. Is it though? Or are you just not seeing it? Is it something that is right in front of your face a lot of time? You know how that happens. Like my glasses, I love it these days, and I'm like, oh my God, where are my glasses? Yeah, and I'm wearing them. It doesn't even make sense, but it happens. So just being acutely aware of your surroundings and your inner guidance, really, that mastering. And this final category is the surprises or wishes. And there's a lot of surprises that have happened to us in the last year and a half plus. These are the surprises that I would like to believe are going to be the best surprises. The ones that you actually set up, subconsciously or otherwise, and the ones that you had been wishing on, and then you realize, yep, That's how powerful I am. That's how powerful all of us are. We manifest in every moment. And I'll be doggone if I'm going to be, behind in the crowd that way. That is not happening. I'm going to believe and continue to evolve, continue to grow, continue to learn, continue to share, continue to talk, continue to feel. And I'm going to have those wishes. They're going to be real. They're going to become my life, my wishes. And you have the Eight of Swords. Oh, okay. Well, there you have a second. I don't mean to laugh. 8 is a powerful number. 8 is such a powerful number. 8 is a manifestation number. 8 is the abundant number in numerology, the most. And guess what? When we have the 8 of Swords, it's basically in our minds. How much are we manifesting in our minds? How much are we making believe? How much are we confining our beliefs? How much are we afraid of what we believe? How much are we self-inflicting on ourselves about, oh my gosh, I don't know. I mean, I've done it, but I'm not sure. And all the doubts and all the fears, everything that every single one of us that is a human being and a spirit in a human body does not experience, right? And know every single moment that that's happening, you can undo that. You can definitely take control of what you're thinking. You control the surprises and how you react to them. You control the thoughts and how they affect you or keep you up at night and make you believe that you are in some kind of a constricted, confined situation when in fact you're not, but I'll be darned if we don't have that powerful mind saying so, right? Anything and anytime you've seen a card other than this is about the fact that there are 8 swords surrounding a woman generally, with a blindfold over her eyes. She can't see, she can't move, she's wrapped around with a rope that's completely loose. All the swords she can get through all of them. They are not confining her. Her mind believes that. Snap out of it is what I say as fast as you possibly can. As soon as they start to come in, because I experience it all the time. That's how I can come to you in this way. It's that easy. It's that quick, but it does need to be done like that, because as long as you let it ride and continue on and fester in your mind and go through the loops, the harder it'll be to change that. And that's not what you want. You want this fresh idea to be a powerful, uplifting, and inspiring feeling, nothing more. When you do become successful, a lot of times when you have mastered your life, it can be frightening. It does tend to enter into the things, but then what about this now? Believe in yourself. Know that you are always going to be guided. You will always have divine intervention, and you can control that. As hard as it may seem, I don't care if you go out into nature, I don't care if you take those deep breaths and meditate, walk, run, paint, do yoga, anything that works for you. Keep you out of your mind, because it is a very powerful time of influences over that, with Libra as an air sign who does it all the time, always trying to find that balance in the thoughts. Trust me, I know, I am one. And look at what beautiful flowers I got. I celebrated my birthday last weekend. Have you ever seen anything quite so beautiful? I never have. My sister sent them. I'm completely in awe. This is a perfect replication of how life can be in all of the differences. Every single color that works together so beautifully. The diversities are what make life so amazing. Nothing else but that, if we choose to see that. I do digress. But yes, it's up to us what we choose to do in this mind situation. And it's not always easy. I know this. I'm not trying to downplay that. But I'm encouraging you to realize you do have mastery over that. And it's important, because when it comes to your surprises and wishes, you want them to be the best and the most possible, positive aspects of your life. Okay? So that's all it's saying. Don't let that mind get away from you. Don't let others try to convince you or in any way distort your ability to be the sun-ruled sign that you are, the epitome of light and sunshine and energy and magnetism and just all the beautiful, wonderful aspects that you have to yourself, Leo. So I've said enough, I'm sure, but just letting it kind of set in for you and finishing with your 2 major oracle messages that are so important as well. And this is the wisdom of the hidden realms, and I love it because it has some really beautiful inspirational things to share with you, and yours is a special one because it's picked just for you for the second half of October. But it's for you and all of your loving connections, whatever they may be. It's a huge part of life, is to connect and to share relationships, to grow and evolve and learn from. And boy, do we ever learn, right? I think I may have just read this for not the last one, but it may have been the last time I read with Aquarius. I'm kidding you not. The words underneath are dreams, the collective good, and illusions. And that is what Aquarius, your highlighted connection aspect is. It's about the collective and the global look, and how does it work for everybody. That's fabulous. It is Aquarius, right? Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure. Forgive me. Yeah, it's good stuff. Good stuff. And the energy of Aquarius and Jupiter being in Aquarius, Saturn being in Aquarius, very, very strong for you. It's going to work. It's a beautiful energy for you. It works extremely well with fire. Let me read to you what your message is in addition. And it's 8. It's another 8. So the 8, that's the power in our minds that we have that we can control as long as we allow and believe that, is also seeing the 8 of them a magnificent ability to create, and the abundance that's out there, infinite possibilities, as it were. And your message coming through is, when the dream walker is your ally, dreams really can and do come true. Still, there are two kinds, those of the small self and those of the divine. Spirit has a dream for you that is yours alone, and all you need to do is to ask, and it will unfold like magic. You also play an important and unique part in the divine dreaming of the world. When you ask, is this the dream for me that serves the greater dream? I mean, that's the most beautiful vision for your life, serves the highest good for others. Just the act of asking will immediately provide the answer. That's got to feel good. If you have concerns, just ask, and honestly, you'll be given the answers. The dream walker is beside you to help you more effortlessly through the illusions, observing the truth and celebrating the walking dream. I said that last time. I apologize. At least I'm consistent. Celebrating the waking dreams of your life that result. So yes, dreams, epiphanies, ideas, thoughts, imagination, all of that comes into the forefront when we have the air, but it also comes in for the creative aspect of the cups. And remembering there's always something there, just you can grab it, it's right in front of you. And mastering all of the whole, mind, body, spirit, and soul, and moving forward with confidence and clarity, which is what you represent, Leo. I'll finish with your oracle, the Super Attractor Manifestation deck, where we feel into existence the passion you have to feel what you truly want. It starts with an idea, but it really progresses and becomes the reality when it is through the emotions. What you put out, you will receive back. That is the law of attraction. So your last message is the beautiful, oh, I just got this too. How interesting. I cannot tell you because it becomes a blur after a while, but it was only, if it might have been the last reading, but it was certainly, if not the last one, the one before. It was the one before, and the one before was with Aquarius, I'm almost positive. So that says a lot because it's the second highlighted Aquarius thing and two of the same cards. That's very, very consistent and synchronistic, which is what I love about Spirit. It's a message that has to be repeated. I am in awe of the magnificent guidance that's available to me. It's always there, and it's so important to know that and to feel that and to take that in. And yeah, and the stars and your dreams and everything just works in tandem when you allow it to. Powerful stuff, Leo, just like you. Not at all surprised, but we'll get through this Mercury retrograde. Whew. And it'll be an amazing end of the month, and I hope you have an amazing Halloween. If you haven't had a chance to like, subscribe, and you're interested in doing so, please support my channel. It would be fantastic. I love it. I want to grow the channel and continue to do these readings, and I hope YouTube will allow that. And in the meantime, yes, continue to master yourself and share that love, that passion you have with others. Hope to see you in November. Take good care. Bye for now. What happened? Low battery.